This is from a Twitter user. Their username is Island Sunrise. But this is what we're trying today. It's a little bit new, but we'll see how it works.
Can you please do a horizontal one? We see vertical one.
Oh, you don't see horizontal. Is that better?
Yes, it is better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, so I'll leave this up for a minute here. The colors you're going to need today are blue, red, yellow. So you have the blue, red, yellow. Or blue, red, yellow. And I'm thinking maybe black. Maybe black and maybe, what else is used? White, black and white, that should be good. So we'll wait a minute here for everybody to get their supplies. And then we can begin. Oh, and you'll also need a pencil for this one. So we will be doing a little bit of pencil sketching. Okay, does anybody still need this? No? Okay. So we can get started. So for this one, the way that we're going to do it is in a couple of layers. So you'll see quite soon that we can split this up into a couple of colors, and then we're going to layer the darker colors on top. So that might be a little bit confusing, but I'll show you what I mean here. So the first thing we're doing is the primary color in the background is actually this blue right here, this light blue, or this blue-gray color. So we're actually going to cover most of the background in this color first. And then for the bottom here, it's a sort of a yellowish, a light yellow color. So most of this top part has this light gray underneath, or light blue gray. So we'll make that first. So in order to make that color, you will need blue, white, and black. Just a little bit of black. So we'll start with white, and blue, and my black. If I can get it open to me. There we go. Okay, we need a little bit of black, not very much. And then we get to mix all of that together. So mostly white, you only need a little bit of blue. And a little bit of black, just mix it in until you get this light gray blue color. A little more blue. So you only need a little bit until you get something like this. And once you get this color, so I'm going to use it before it goes dry, but my entire background, I'm going to draw a line across, and my entire background from here to here will be this color. And try not to add water. Try to make it a very thin layer. So don't make it too thick, but try not to add water to it because we need this to dry before we can layer the other things on top of it. So I'm working that in. I think I'll need more. Okay, so you just put that in the back. And I just want to fill my background with this color. There's no blending in this one. It's mostly just one color. For us today, I don't think we'll make so many different lines. I think we'll make the lines a little bit bigger. So instead of having all these little parts with different colors, which looks quite nice, we can make them a little bit thicker. It'll still look nice, but it'll make sure we have enough time to finish the entire thing today. See if I can get this. Okay. So just wait a minute for everybody to get caught up here. And then we will start working on this bottom part. And then we will start drawing, actually drawing out all of these things. Actually, you know what? I'll start working on the bottom part so it has time to dry. So before we can draw on this with pencil, we need it to be pretty dry. So I'm mixing a very light yellow. It's mostly white. If I can open it. Look at this. Get all the paint stuck up here. No wonder I couldn't open it. Okay, so you need a little bit of yellow. Just a little bit, and you're gonna mix that with a lot of white. So you need to mix that with a lot of white. Until you get a kind of a lovely light yellow, kind of mustard color. And then I'm just gonna take that and draw a straight line across and paint that in. So I would like to give this a bit of time to dry, so then it's easier to draw on top of. So once you get these two parts done, feel free to go get a drink of water or go for a quick walk while it's drying. So this is why you don't want to use too much water. If you use too much water, it will take a really long time to dry. Okay. And we'll just wait for the top and the bottom to dry a little bit more so I can start sketching out the landscape.
Junie, it's Angela. I'm coming in late, so I was just wondering whether we are doing acrylic or doing watercolor.
Oh, we're doing acrylic. Hi, Angela. How are
Oh.
you today?
Pretty good. Okay, that's good. So I was just kind of thinking, oh my God, whether it's watercolor or acrylic. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
this
great.
is-
Thank you.
Here's the reference for you while you're here.
Yeah, I got the picture.
Oh, you
It's
got it.
just that at
Okay.
the beginning I didn't hear whether it's watercolor or acrylic. Okay,
Okay, no problem.
great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so this is taking a really long time to dry, but I think it's good enough. So you'll need a pencil for this part, and probably a blow dryer so you can get this to dry a little bit faster. But for the sake of demonstration, I will show everybody what the next step is. So the bottom is still wet. I will be working on the top here. Is that going to show up? I'll use a dark, no, not that one. I'll use a darker pencil so that everybody can see what is happening here. Okay, so I'm going to draw the mountain in first. Yeah, see, it's not marking very well. This part is still wet. So you should wait until your painting dries. But I can still carve a line in here. So I can create one mountain here. I create one up here. And it doesn't have to look like the picture. We're just using it as an inspiration. Okay. Print one right here. Here. This one goes right into the yellow part. So you can create your own mountains. You don't have to follow the picture. You can kind of put them wherever you like. Okay. And you can sketch out this little island in the front. It's kind of just like a rock. Okay. So don't worry too much about the mountains. You don't have to sketch it. You can go back in later while you're painting and just paint them. You don't need to sketch them. But I just want to show everybody what I'm doing for the sky here. So I will split the sky into several sections. My page isn't as long as the one in the picture, but that's okay. So I'm actually going to create a bunch of wavy lines, and I am going to do it kind of randomly, actually. So the way the sky is working here is that there's several sections. For example, this one right here is yellow. This one is orange. And you can see how they're split into these color sections. This whole one is like purple, and this one is blue. So we are going to do something like that as well. So you can do this however you like. So I'm going to do it randomly, and you can just create a bunch of squiggly lines across the page. There's one. So you can create a couple of these sections. There's two. Maybe I want the other one like this. Top one, let's make it all wavy. There we go. So you have a bunch of random lines across the page. And again, this is where my mountain starts. This one right here. Try to mark it out now. And I'll show you what to do with these lines in just a moment here. You can also separate the bottom portion into sections, but these ones will be straight lines across. So it's a little bit easier. And all you have to do is draw a couple of lines across. And they don't have to be even because obviously the ocean is not even. There we go. Okay, I think this is dry enough to start working in some of our layers. I'm just debating on what we should do first. I think the blue one, just because I do have a glob of blue paint here. So what we need to do is create a gradient of different blues that we can use. So we can do this all at once. So we're aiming to make a bunch of different shades of blue. So let's do that. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we have the light one. Well, I guess we don't need that one because we already have it. So I will make it darker. I do have some black left over here. We can make them darker. So the goal is to try to make different shades. I want to try and make a couple of different shades of the same. It's kind of the same blue, I guess. So I have a dark one. Just make it progressively darker. And you just want, you just want to try to make a gradient here. And then before this dries, I just want to show everybody how I'm going to go about doing this. So I'm actually going to start with the lightest color in my gradient because it's easy to cover with the darker colors. So this color can easily cover this color, but not the other way around. So I'm starting with the lightest one. And what I'm doing with it is I'm going to start painting out some of my mountains. So I guess this one is already painted out, so we can just leave it. But this one right here, okay, maybe I want to start making this darker. I'm going to go in. My darker color and start painting that mountain line in. So you would do it like this. So that's one of my shapes. Just that. And maybe it continues on this side, right? So maybe it continues over here. So try to keep those lines as crisp as you can. And if you can't, that's okay as well. By crisp, I don't mean straight. I just mean like neat. And a neat thing here is we can use the same color in the sky. So I'm gonna choose one of these sections. I'm thinking maybe this super skinny one up here, maybe that one, any of these sections really. And what I'm going to do is start painting in a blue line. Of course, I'm leaving this one, so I'm leaving a line underneath that. And you can always go back afterwards. And then maybe I want to add one like that above. And maybe I want to add one like here. So you decide where it goes. Try to have it maybe look different than mine. Okay. Then from here, my mountains are going to get darker as we come forward. So I'm going to need more blue and more black. So I do need more blue, black, trying to make it's a little bit too dark. So I just want it to be darker than this color here. I'm just going to keep making it darker and darker. So you can see my next layer of mountain is here, and it's darker than that one. So I'm going to paint that in. And if you find the paint is not coming out as smooth as you want, you can try adding a bit of water and see if it helps. I don't want that one too dark. So you can see how it doesn't matter too much if you're following your lines or if it's accurate. It's more about sort of having fun with it. And with this dark color, so you might want to put some of it into your, what is this? Sky. So maybe you want to add a strip there, strip up here. And maybe one below. you see, it doesn't really matter, right? A squiggly line there. And I apologize for moving quickly, but my paint is drying very fast. So as I move forward, my mountains are going to get darker. Okay, so now we get to create a color darker than the one we already made. And then we can use that for the next layer of mountain. Basically, you just want to go darker and darker until you get to the black. So keep adding blue and gray until it's as dark as you want. Okay. Oops. And if you feel like it should be in your sky today, I guess that doesn't make too much of a difference. In the picture, this island is slightly fuzzy because of the trees. And if you want to do that, so I'm just turning my brush to the side like this and adding some texture, adding some trees in there. So I'm just gently tapping along the edge. Like that. Then you can create a kind of a fuzzy look there. And then this one is even darker, so I do need to make that one. Yeah, just keep going until you're happy with the result. And this chunk up here is going to be just black. So I'm gonna go in and make my trees. Okay, try to keep it as smooth as I can. Whoops. And then don't worry if that's too small, you can go back later with your black paint. If you're seeing that your layers are looking the same, just make the one in front either darker or go back and make the one behind a little bit lighter. So the idea is we want our layers to look a little bit different. Okay. And then you can go in with the black. Oh, I did forget about the shadows under the rocks. You can feel free to add that. So it's just a couple of lines, maybe not this thick, but it's a couple of light lines under. So you may want to use, let's switch our brush. Let's go a thinner one. So with the gray, you just draw a line across the bottom of the rock. So it's just something like that. We'll fix this one. And we can do the same for this big rare rock right over here. Okay. And here. Oh, oops. Something like that. And then before we go further, I'm going to stop painting for a second so everybody can have a chance to catch up, because I know I am moving fast. Because it does dry very quickly. So the next step here you can already see is you'll do the same thing with different colors. fill in the black and be done. Okay, so I just looked at the time, and today, for the sake of time, I will demo the rest of the painting. Gotta fix my camera, everybody. Sorry about that. Luckily, I have a decent phone case. Okay, so I will fill in these areas right here with the black. And I'm gonna go in vertically to try to add some texture, trees. And I'll do the same thing over here with this this piece of land. And adding my tree texture in there. So you see, okay, slowly it's shaping out. Today we do need to add strips of white in here, but we'll do that later. I think our next step is to add the orange in. I totally forgot about this yellow strip up here. So maybe we can add that in first. So we need yellow. I think we'll do purple and blue very last. Yellow. My red. Okay, so I will mix a gradient of colors so I can start filling in these areas. I just want to show everybody. So I'll start with yellows. I'll mix it over here in this pot. Okay, so we have a darker yellow. And then beside that, we just have yellow. And beside that, I'm going to mix a little bit of red in there so that we have a reddish orange. That's going to need some white. Kind of an orange color. Okay, so you have a gradient happening here. You have your orange, you have your darker yellow. So the idea is to play with the gradient. Okay. Ideally you would start with the lighter yellow, but I don't want to erase the paint on my paintbrush. So I'm going to start here. and then go in with this color. It doesn't even have to be these exact colors that you're using. Like if you want, you can go in with pinks, whatever you like. But the idea is the same. Straight lines. And the bottom here will be the darkest orange or yellow you have. Okay, mine is really quite red. So you can kind of see how this works. It's just layering the colors like that. So you can keep going. My yellow here. Now you're seeing, oh, okay, I see how this works. Now I'm going in with lighter and lighter. It's usually better to start lighter and then go darker, but I just have the paint already on my brush, so I wanted to use it. Add a couple of stripes in there. Okay, and you want to do the same for the sky. Okay. To be honest, you can add this anywhere you want in the sky. The sky here is just made out of strips of color, really. Maybe I want to draw a line of color. And maybe I want to add one up here. Okay. Just keep playing with it. This red is very intense. Maybe I'll add a bit at the bottom. Maybe I'll add some red up here. So I'm not really going by the picture at this point. I'm kind of just adding in color. And we are nearly done here. Oops, this is so bright. The last step is to do the same with the blue and purple up there. With the blue, you can add a bit of green to get it to look more of that baby blue color. Oh, I'm mixing up a blue right now. And you'll need a bit of red to make the purple, or if you have purple, feel free to just use that. So I'm making my blue and purple together. Blue. That's one shade of the blue. This is a darker shade. If you're not getting this type of blue or you want this type of blue, you can add a bit of green. And then purple is up here. A light shade of purple. There we go. Let's start with our purple. I think this purple needs more red. Right, if you have purple, it's easier just to use it. If you don't, totally all right. Red. So I'm going to put this in. This is supposed to be purple. You may need to play around with the colors until you get one you kind of like. There we go. So more red will create more purplish color. And it may take a couple of tries before you get the one you want. Let's do this one. So you can kind of make it up as you go. So you can just keep going here. You can keep going and you can add as many layers as you want until you get something that you're like, okay, this is interesting. So for example, I'm adding in a lighter purple up here. I think this one is too dark. So you can keep playing around with this. Even when the layer is dry, you can go in and add more layers. I think this one is quite interesting. There's not too much of a pattern to where the colors are going. Just put it in wherever you want. So I would like to add a bit of white in the front here. The sky is okay. You can keep going all day with this. However, I just want to add a couple of lines of white in the front. So I've got my white paint. And this is dry, so I'm going to use my thin brush draw a couple of lines of white. Let's see if this one will work. There we go. A bit up here. And you can just keep going all day with this one. So I'm going in with the light blue now. So you can keep adding layers until you're happy with the result. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of yellow. And then I'll be done with this one today. Okay, so this one, I will say it's about done. This one's kind of fun. This one's a little more experimental. Okay, does anyone want to share their work today? Or what they have so far? I would love to see. See if I can turn on the, wow, everybody, this is so cool. I see this. I hope I hope this one was fun. It's a little bit new, but I want to try some other stuff. We don't always have to paint very realistically, right? So this is awesome, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today.